Well, hello. Good evening, friends. How do you do? Okay. Good evening, good evening. All right. Let's get into the fun, shall we? Day 7 on this piece. I think I want to try and open up the back side here and kind of pull the foil out from inside the mouth and kind of figure out the logistics of all that. Can also remove this. Ah, look at that. Easy peasy. This can get trimmed up a little bit. So we'll have to sculpt, to carve a window here. Hang on to this, maybe, in case we need it. Okay. Now we have to carve the foil. It is. It just is. Embrace it. A spaghetti method. Little grab and twist it onto the fork. Where do you see? Fresh coffee. All right. Dragon dentistry. How you doing, Random? Untamed, hello. Yeah, I mean, we really packed the foil on this one. That's a good one. Foiled again. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Eins. Magia. Hello. Okay, so we'll want to kind of backfill this with some steel stick because I'm doing good. How are you doing? We've effectively removed the structure that was supporting all of this, was the foil. We've removed it. This is solid in itself, but if we were to heat this back up again, it's going to need that support underneath, which we will be. So, we're going to take some steel stick and kind of build in a little bit of, re-add a little bit of structure back into the inside here. Let's do that next here. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. Grab a glove. I need a glove. Get a fresh box of gloves. Oh, I got one more left. Oops. Doretta. Hello, Doretta. I'm doing great. How about yourself? Okay. Oh, yeah? Well, welcome in. This is what we do here. Okay. Spread it out real thin in here. This will harden and create a armature, replacement armature for the inside here. So add a little bit more. I did, yeah, I sculpted it with clay. Doing a little bit of engineering right now. So we're gonna make the inside of the mouth, and we're gonna make it light up. So I need to design it in a way that I can have access to those parts to install the lights. Yeah, this steel stick made by JB Weld. Awesome stuff. Great for building up structure. All right, you do digital work, I imagine. The 3D nature or the 2D nature? Okay. There. That should do it. 2D, okay. Very nice. So I'm thinking we make the head kind of detachable right here from the body. Is what you're reinforcing it? What? Is it? Am I reinforcing it with toxic curiosity? Nope, just epoxy clay. Or it's a steel reinforced epoxy putty is what it's called. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not the kind of stuff you want to be having on your fingers, that's for sure. I mean, look at all this gunk that would be stuck to my fingers instead. Hey, Burl. Good day, my friend. Okay. Let's see here. Grab some brass tubing here. Oops. Yeah. Be a decent amount of weight here. Thinking like, just like this. That'll be our disconnect point. And on this side will be like the neck, the body parts, and the inside of like the mouth and stuff like that. Take a look at the dragon again. Let's take a gander, shall we? Gotta be a better one. A better angle. Okay, so he's got 1, 2 sets of plates behind that fin. Oh, those are gonna be interesting to make. One, 2. That whole thing pops off. Basically, the head as like a separate entity from the neck, shoulder area. Yeah, man, how are we gonna do those plates? Kind of like Triceratops plates. Let me go be right back for a moment, and then we'll figure out how we're gonna move forward. I'll be right back. right. Thistles. Catch you later, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so let's see. I think this sculpture will still come out about this far. Got those 2 sets of those plates. And then got a rider. Something like right there. Guess we don't really need to figure out how we're gonna make that detachable. Technically, right now. Yeah, a tri-shape would work, but it becomes a pain in the butt to line up all the pegs once you start adding more than one. So they're all parallel and they slide in and out real nice. I'm thinking we only need to do one. It would definitely be strong enough. And this wouldn't be a permanently detachable. This would be just detachable long enough for us to do all the painting and to do the lights, mount up the lights. Got these kind of long, kind of face taily parts here. Wonder how we should do that. Feel like we should wait to do these ones until the further towards the end. They'll just be in the way. Feel like those will be in the way too. Yeah, we have to do this part next. Yeah, we do. Okay, let's get the Dremel tool out. I think we're just gonna use. I think we will just use this square tube. Should be enough. Get a cutting disc. Yeah. Hello, Saradini. How do you do? Oh, jeez. Dropping everything today. Okay. Let's see here. Got this tubing here, and then this one. Does that fit inside there? Maybe it was this one. Ah, yes. Perfect. Let's do this right here. Say about that much. All right, let's cut it.
Noble ally, please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Hey. Crazy Eddie. Tier 3 sub. 72 months. Oh my goodness. You like that? Only the most silent of power tools in the land over here. Hey, thank you so much, man, for the big support. I appreciate you, Mr. Eddie. You get to choose between Mermaid Tears, Frog's Breath, or Transfiguration Potion. Ooh. Choose your wisdom wisely, good sir. Choose the wisdom wisely. Frog's breath. Are you asking me or are you telling me? That was indeed frog's breath. The finest of frog's breaths. Top shelf of frog's breath, friend. Trust not the wizard who offers free potions. His cure may cost more than the curse. Oh. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. My potions are not free, therefore you can trust me. Rigged. Okay, so now we gotta cut. Sure we can. Now we have to cut grooves into this. up here. Wait, was that the right side? Yes, it was. So we can put this in position and lock it into place. Okay. So we're going to use some of this steel stick to kind of attach this right here. Oops. I need a glove again. I need to get some more gloves. 1 second, I'll be right back. All right. Love acquired. It still works. Good. Okay, let that harden. And we need to figure out the base for this on the other side now. Whatever the mounting plate for this will be, I need to figure that out. I have some premium wood here. The structure kind of comes back to this. Wondering if a smaller block that's thicker might be better. Look something up really quick before I make this decision. I think we'll do a countersunk keyhole hanger. We do these shelf picture hangers. Right, okay. I think we build the frame of the neck onto a thicker block of wood with the intention to add a finished piece at the back by screwing it in and then drilling in a countersunk keyhole hanger. Oh, sorry. So like this, because it's a wall hanging piece, but this piece can be heavy, so we want to make sure it's good quality stuff. Something like this, so it sits flush on the wall and it's durable and it looks nice. So we have just a countersunk hole with this mounted in there. That should hold just fine. It'll hold, it'll do. But if there's, so imagine this is the back plate. There's also, these screws are going, really long screws going into the block of wood that we're about to build the kind of the central stump onto. If the screws are longer, then it can go, it'll be even more sturdy, so. Okay. We have a plan. Now, let me get some thicker wood. We'll have to cut a piece, probably. Here's a chunk of 2x4. So it'll be like this. A chunk of this here, maybe about like that. Probably like this. Okay, cut that there. We sculpt the neckline and the body onto this block of wood going into the back of the head. They connect with the brass rod. Then on the back side of this is the finished piece of wood with the countersunk. Yeah, that's how we do that. The countersunk holder. Okay, let me go cut this really quick. Probably zap it with the belt sander, and then we'll be ready to build from here our structure for this other part of where the neck's gonna be. Okay, I'll be right back. Very nice block of wood. Oh, yes. We got the core of the wood right here. Very good. Okay, so to build the actual frame coming this way, that's going to be supporting all this weight. We're going to punch like 4 screws into here. And then we do steel stick holding this with the screws. And then we have our structure. We just need to make sure we have enough room here to sculpt everything we want to sculpt. Need a good side view. Ah, tiny. Much better. Okay, let me measure with the calipers. 1, 2, 3. About 3. Okay. So from here to the nose. There's 1. 1. 2. It's pretty long. Maybe we'll do two of these. This is already 1. That should be plenty of room. All right, let me get some screws to screw into this block, and then we can mount our brass tube. I'm contemplating doing it this way. If I drill a hole through like this, and then this is out to here. Then we drill a hole into this and countersink this in there like that. That'd be pretty sturdy. Question is, do I have a bit that's the size? That is the question. Let me check. I got extra drill bits around here somewhere. It might be in this one. Nope. Oops. Is it in here? Oh. Three-quarter-inch dowel. I think that might be the same size as this bit I do have. I have hole saws, but those would be too big. If the hole is too big, won't the dowel be loose? Yeah, it has to be just right. Has to be exactly the same for this to work. And even then, we'll still use the screws. We'll still use the screws and the epoxy clay around that to make sure that it's not going to ever go anywhere. Nice. Very nice. I walked right into that one, didn't I? I have all these drill bits that I rarely use stashed away somewhere in a very clever spot. Where they are, that question. Oops. Yeah, it's a special kind of bit for drilling larger holes like that. I'm just not sure where my place with all my extra bits went. It's got to be around here somewhere. You know what it was? I had a spot for these, and I donated my bin to as Emma's new treasure chest, or I used to have my bits in. That's where this kind of stuff happens. Rocks, okay? So maybe it got moved to one of these smaller ones. Nope. Definitely not. You know what? Could be one of these. It's clay. Aha! Found it. This one right here. Watch, it's the wrong size after all of that. 1 inch, yep. Bummer. Close. That's about the drill bit we need. We just need 3/4 inch. Okay, so I'll have to get one of those tomorrow. I definitely think that's the way we'll build it, though. And whatchamacallit? Some hole saws in here, but after all that, well, those are expensive bits. I don't want to buy one if I'm sure I don't have one. You know what I mean? So at least now I know. So we can work on the female character. That's what we'll do next. Let me go be right back and get the get the reference together, and we'll work on the second character, and then we'll continue doing the building of this structure tomorrow after I get that bit. Okay, I'll be right back. All right. There it is. Armature for her weapon. All right, Saradini. Have a good night. Arkiyu. Hello. Okay, what part of her should we start with? Probably not the head. Maybe the clothing. Could see the weapon too. Also has a shield and a cloak. You know, maybe we'll just start with the boots. Start with the noggin. Yeah, but her noggin has all these like spiky tendril bits all over the place. I don't have to dodge those. Okay. I think we'll start with the shoes. Yeah, we if you check out, I have some classes, some free learning resources available that you can go check out. on my YouTube channel. We go over not just the armature, but the entire creation of a character. So, Brazil. From Brazil. Okay, let's start by adding. Before we do any details, we're going to really make sure that the silhouette is there. Got these really big kind of leg wrap boots, which I quite like, sculpting stuff like that. Here. Yeah, it was me. I was muted, sorry. Discussing with my photo department. Hello, Barbara. How you doing? Time to become a mod. Hello, that's it. Barbara. One year. Time likes to fly here in the kingdom. You never would have known me. Dulce. I'm actually on, I'm still on Twitch. Twitch is my main platform. They just allowed, for the longest time.
Greetings, fellow adventurer. We've got everything you need to rest and
Brimstone. Toll for some rolls. Thank you. Mr. Brimstone. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. I appreciate the support, my friend. 4 months. I need the rolls. I do need the rolls. Let's see what we got for you here. Speak kindly. Your words may be the only warmth in someone's cold season. Ooh. That's a good one. It really is. You never know what people are going through, you know. Even if they're being negative, you know. They just might just be in a dark season of their own lives and just spills out into yours. We could match the energy or we could not and be a positive light instead. Hard to do. It's really hard not to match someone's energy that's being negative. I speak from experience of dealing with a 5 going on 6-year-old who likes to throw some intense energy. And it's so hard to not feed into that, to oh yeah, you know, to just to match it instead, to come at it from a polar opposite. Not easy, but something we can practice on a daily basis. Because she's got kids specifically, they got such raw emotion, you know, the real, uncut, just boom. And it's hard to not play into that, you know, so. Most days content has to last 3 minutes in most platforms. Yeah, well, so Twitch for the longest time didn't allow multi-streaming, Dulce. And then when they did start allowing it, and that's when I started multi-streaming, because it makes sense, you know. It makes sense to might as well go live if I can. Might as well go live as many places as I can, you know, at the same time. Big feelings and little bodies. Yep, with not a lot of experience to deal with those feelings, you know. Also lets us know that we're getting old. We are indeed. We are indeed. Getting old. And that's okay. Let's see here. This kind of goes up. Yeah, it is. I mean, there's a lot of friends we've made because I go live on YouTube. It's we really are. I mean, we all were kids at one point. Now we're just kids with more experience. More life experiences. Still the same thing on the inside, though. Got such a cool outfit. I'm actually excited to sculpt this one. Yeah, I bet. I saw this video where this guy was talking about he threw the idea in the room that, you know, everyone, you know, when everyone turns 18 years old, it should almost be like a requirement to go like volunteer in a hospice for like a certain amount of time. That it'd be a great perspective to walk into your adult life with, having this this perspective, you know, the insights such a thing can give you, you know, to kind of set your foundation and realize what truly is important and focus on those things throughout your life. Not the meaningless things, you know. I think that would be a great idea. Value and insight from others. Yeah, right? To glean wisdom from someone else. There's just not enough time in this lifetime to become proficient with everything. There's always things that we're, strengths, and we all have different sets of strengths and weaknesses. So you can really learn from people and get the pieces of the puzzle that you yourself was missing if you're open to it. It requires humility, though. To be a student is a humbling thing. Hello, Plankwalker. How are you, my friend? I agree, Barbara. Yeah, I was chit-chatting with the wife. Photo department. She's back on it. You can only chat with me when she starts streaming. Silence. No chatting with me today, Clayton hath decreed. You go hiking sometime this summer, but with who? You don't know? Well, if you don't have somebody, I wonder, there's got to be like hiking groups and stuff out there. Like maybe some like Facebook groups or something. Where, people set a time and a day and they all kind of go in a big pack. Because I do agree, you should hike with other people. You shouldn't go hiking solo. Do not recommend. There are things in the woods. Best to travel in groups. Just kidding. She does. She does. Hey, Jerry. Jerry Sparrow. How you doing? Thank you for the raid. We begin with the line work here. This one's a smaller one. I don't know about centimeters. I should have a tape measure around here somewhere. Where is it? That's it now. Oh, it's right here. Hiding in this box of bath clay, of course. He's about 4.5 inches tall. To the bottom of the foot. .43 centimeters. Thank you, Mr. Deagle. Thanks, Jerry. So what do you stream there, Jerry? What were you up to this evening? Plenty of people, Jerry. One is more than zero. That is good enough for me. Okay. You know, I've always heard from people that pet rats are something very special. That they're very clever little creatures and very personable. So interesting. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. At the same time, so sad because they don't have very long lifespans. Mr. Deagle, master of the shadows. That's very nice. Did you know that polar bears, under their white fur, have black skin? It's a breed of chicken with black bones. Really? That's cool. Emma's homeschooling section that we're in right now is all about the Arctic and the Antarctic. We learned about harp seals today. A harp seal can hold its breath for 15 minutes. Yeah, interesting. Ah, that's interesting. Also interesting. When a blizzard is coming, they literally just dig a big hole in the snow and let the snow just kind of cover them. They just kind of lay in there till it's over. Hey, kitty. I'm doing good. How are you? How about yourself? Interesting. One, two, three, four, 5. One. There you go. Mr. Seb. Yeah, I did. I responded to your email. I sure did, friend. She's got those Mega Man proportions. Yes, she does. A little bit. Are you trying to quote me, Seb? Yeah, it's totally what I emailed you. Totally. That's crazy guy. Get this crazy guy out of here. Hulkmania lunchbox. What a terrible mistake to make. We need an alternate reality telling of the Titanic sinking, where they mistook an iceberg for actually a giant polar bear. That's what really happened. Giant polar bear floating out at sea, the ocean there. Yeah, just a swarm of polar bears floating in a giant cluster. Yeah, same. I have to consciously correct it to polar bear. Yeah, yeah. Or PB, yeah, exactly. Speaking of which, I haven't seen PB in a little bit. What has he been up to? Personal best. High score. All right. Mrs. just posted the troll heads from last week. Oh. Did he really? Interesting. Okay. Okay, let's see. Troll heads. Really good set. I'm quite happy with those ones. It's a combination, for me, it's a combination of being very busy, but also being very, I don't know, I've just always been bad with keeping up with things, especially when it comes to messages and stuff. Part of it was when smartphones kind of first came into the scene. I never really assimilated. We have a smartphone, but me and the missus share it, and it's not always on me and around me. So yeah, they did turn out pretty good. The glasses, I like that. I still got this here, this old ancient piece of technology. Pop, pop. And I don't even carry this on me. I really only have that for like two-factor authentication and like those random moments when we need two phones for whatever reason. So. We made chocolate covered strawberries earlier today. That's pretty nice. Yummy. The first seasonal strawberries came in the grocery store. Dark chocolate. If you want a guilt-free sweet snack, chocolate-covered strawberries. Very low in sugar, especially if you use dark chocolate. And strawberries actually surprisingly are very low in sugar. So, even though they taste very sweet. That's yummy. How do they do that? What, stay low in sugar, even though they taste sweet? I don't know. Most of the berries are like that. Raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, mulberries, all very low in sugar. You know, I've tried to get strawberries going, but I just haven't had any success with them, Sapphire. But yeah, I'd love to have a little patch of strawberries. Strawberries takes some time to really get going. It's about 3 years before they're really kind of like ramping up. Bananas are technically berries. Tomatoes are technically fruits. The fruit of the plant. No such thing as vegetables if you want to be technical. That's true. Like, there's no part of the plant that's called the vegetable. There's the root, the rhizomes, the tubers, the fruit, the stem, the leaves, the flowers, the seed. The buds. Broccoli is just the flower of the broccoli plant before it flowers. It's just a bud. Flower buds. Broccoli is kind of mustard. I did grow mustard this last year, and it does grow very similar to broccoli. It's easier to grow than broccoli is, though. Broccoli and cauliflower, not easy to grow. Actually, you really realize when you look at like a nice head of broccoli in the grocery store, after trying to grow a nice one in the garden, you definitely will look at it different. Yeah, that's true. Oh, they do. It's sprayed and injected with who knows what. Gassed. Probably gassed. Some sort of inhibitors or something. We have to choose our battles in this day and age when it comes to trying to eat right. There's too many battles to face. Oh yeah. Neurotoxin. There are a lot of problems with commercial farming. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, of course it would be. Usually if the bugs are not eating it, that's a problem. It's like McDonald's French fries on the ground and nothing's eating it. You ever seen that person that has like a Happy Meal they like put in their like closet for like 50 years or something like that? And they pull it out every year to like check it out. Not even the mold will touch it. That is definitely a problem. Yeah, but there's a difference between selective breeding and where it's gone now, right? I think selective breeding is using the natural pathways that are already there and just having a hand in that natural process, guiding the ship. The ship was already there, though. You know? I'm actually pretty fascinated in how you can kind of do selective breeding with plants to kind of create new varieties. Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool, that kind of stuff. Or grafting with fruit trees, the way grafting works and stuff like that. Well, yeah, but it's not like injecting jellyfish qualities into a grapefruit to make it more seaworthy or something like this. You know, I think that's a big difference. There's definitely a line there, I think. Jelly apples. You bite into them and they're already pre-made jelly on the inside. I selective breeded this apple to be jelly on the inside. Look, this apple tree, if you cut the tail off of it, it grows back. Wait a minute. Apple trees don't have tails. What's going on here? I always wanted a grapefruit that tastes like jellyfish. There is a line there for sure between selective breeding and genetic manipulation. They've used jellyfish genes to make other things bioluminescent for research, but from a health standpoint, they are not an issue. How? How is that not an issue? Not stopping till we get cat dog. Oh, you mean like GMO seeds are not an issue? Oh, okay. You just mean GMO seeds in general. I don't know. It seems like anytime humans have their hand in something and try altering it from its original state, it 100% is an issue, whether it's apparent or not. It is and will be an issue. But I get I see what you're saying though. I mean, I definitely agree. The whole organic thing has definitely gotten way out of hand. Doesn't even mean what it used to originally mean. That's just normal, you know. Like terms changing. It's like cage-free eggs, you know. Yeah, you're right. It's not in the state that we'd found it in. But I think varieties that are heirloom varieties that are selectively bred are still natural. They still were created using the natural process as it's intended to be. It wasn't like I say, you're not splicing in genes and altering altering things in an unnatural way. I'll stick to my heirloom varieties for sure. No frog corn for me. You can eat your frog corn, Scorch. Just splicing in genes through. Oh yeah, I like the natural cross pollination. Doesn't heirloom typically mean not crossbred stuff? No, it's so an heirloom variety is a variety of plant that's been created through crossbreeding to get a certain flavor or quality, and then that seed was like time capsuled essentially and preserved. This variety that was created is preserved through generational passing down of the seeds. And that's where you get the heirloom. All right. So Venus flytrap, some Venus flytrap cabbage. No, thank you. That's all for you, Scorch. What about the plants that are seedless? Seedless varieties? I think most seedless varieties aren't truly seedless. They're just the seeds are not fully matured or developed. Basically, it's like a timing thing where the seeds are so underdeveloped in that plant that it's ready to eat, but the seeds aren't quite there yet. And of course, some seedless varieties are truly seedless, but most of the time it's it's just a timing thing. For example, cucumbers. When we eat a cucumber, it's actually a very young, immature fruit. And there are seeds there, but they're so underdeveloped. There's no texture. They haven't been fully developed. But if you ever seen a cucumber that's actually mature, it's like a normal little pickle cucumber that's like this big. If you just leave it on the plant, it blows up to like literally this big, and it's like turns yellow and orange colored. You open that up, still smells like a cucumber, but it's got fully developed seeds, almost like a pumpkin would, So it's definitely interesting. Also interesting is the cucumber plant will continuously produce fruit for you if you continue to harvest it. But as soon as you allow one to fully mature, and this happens all the time on accident with me, where you think you've picked them all, and then all of a sudden you move some leaves and there's this giant yellow thing there, and you're like, dang, because the plant stops producing after it's created one successful kind of seed-bearing plant or seed-bearing fruit, then the plant shuts down and it stops producing and starts its kind of death cycle. It's definitely interesting. But if you keep up with the picking, you'll get a lot more produce. Man, all this talk getting me excited for gardening season, that's for sure. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to get out of here, folks. This is almost done. I just need to give it a little brushing. Attach these little kind of little tags here, but we'll finish that up tomorrow. I'll go to the store in between streams and I'll get that drill bit so we can finish the head here of this. And then, of course, we'll continue our production of our castle pieces tomorrow morning as well. So, lots to do. All right, let's see here. It's already Wednesday tomorrow. Let's find someone to raid. Troll day before we know it, yeah. Well, you know, let's go raid science streams. All this talk of science. That's a good raid target. All right, everybody. Thanks again for... Don't remind me I need 3 extra days this week. Get to work, Loose Noodle. Lita doing paper crafts. Oh, perfect. Let's go check out some paper crafts and science stream. All right, folks. Have a great night. We'll catch you later. Till next time. Bye-bye.